Before any road mapping or any planning exercise, your team definitely needs to know how much capacity does it have in order to execute projects. Otherwise, you are setting yourself for failure. Capacity is the number of man-hours, man-days. That sounds so sexist. Why not women hours? Yeah. Women hours. Anyway, that are readily available for full-time execution in a given period of time. Sounds complicated? No, it isn't. Imagine you have 1 week and 2 people working 5 days during that week. So effectively, your team of 2 have a gross capacity of 10 man days. Well, for the purpose of calculating a team's capacity, I prepared this template. The first thing to know is the number of team members that you're going to take into account for the capacity calculation. And then the time span that you're going to use. For ease of calculation, I added the different time frames here that you could use. Here it comes the interesting part. You have a list of all the different events that could reduce the gross capacity in order to get the net capacity. Meaning national holidays, paid time out, company holidays, parental leave, special holidays based on time, sick leave, interviews, meetings, or on calls. To have maximum flexibility when calculating the capacity, I added 3 different columns in order to subtract time from the gross capacity. The first one is based on a percentage of the total gross capacity. You will use this when you have an idea of how much time would it take, but you don't want to be that precise. Then the second time is absolute time. It applies when you know the time that the time impact on the team, and it applies to the whole team rather than per every team member. And the third one is a per team member time. So whatever number you put here, it will be multiplied by the number of team members. At the end, you will have a number that will represent the net capacity of the team, which is down here. And an approximate of the team's efficiency percentage. For your project, you must surely have to fix bugs or devote some time in order to do better engineering. For that, calculate it as a percentage of the net capacity. And finally, you will have the magic number, which is the amount of time that you can use for executing projects. I know, it's smaller than you thought. It's sad, but true, but it's better to look at the truth in the eye and plan accordingly. Check the template in which all this is done for you. The link is in the description. You just have to copy it and use it right away, ready for you. No wait time, now, like now, only for you. You can be the best at estimating your work, but if you don't know how much is the net capacity of your team, you only have half the story, and your plans are going to go ugly, for sure. Before deciding how much you want to spend, you need to know how much money you have. And the currency here, my friend, is manpower. If you don't calculate your team's capacity with a certain accuracy, you will overestimate how much work you can do in a specific period of time, leading to missed deadlines and very sad disappointments. Ask your teammates how many hours per week they are in meetings, and then calculate an average for the whole team. We want to be accurate up to a certain point, but definitely do not overdo it with calculations. When estimating the time/effort for a project or initiative, use the same units as the ones in the capacity planning. If you did your capacity planning in man-weeks, then estimate your work in weeks. That will make things easier when matching both, and it will save you time doing conversions. This is an exercise that every single team should do. It works for all kinds of teams. Use the format that I'm giving you. It will make your life easier, and I leave some free rows just for you to add some specific events that only happen in your company. There are teams that split in work streams. For that, you can take two paths. Either you calculate the net capacity and then you calculate the efficiency, meaning net capacity divided by gross capacity, and multiply that efficiency by the number of gross capacity each of the work streams have, or you calculate the actual net capacity on a per workstream basis. I definitely prefer the last method because it's gonna give you more accuracy. There are some events that only apply for specific workstreams. There might be the case as well that people is not strictly allocated to a particular workstream within the team, but they are allocated to a particular role, meaning production engineer, UI designer, backend developer, UI developer, etc. In that case, calculate the capacity in a per role basis. But also remember to estimate the effort associated for each of the items in your roadmap in a per role basis as well. For example, Project A is going to have 5 hours of product designer, 10 hours of backend developer, 50 hours of UI developer. Subscribe now and win a shiny and new template to do capacity calculation. No, that's just joking. Just subscribe to my channel. The link to the template is in the description for you to use. And remember, be kind, be smart, and have fun. Manpower. That's definitely very sexist. What about girl power or gender neutral power? I mean, this term has to be more woke. Yeah, they should. Check this video. That one. Yeah, that one.